Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, we're taking a look at Bitcoin. Is it still worth investing today? I mean, Bitcoin has recently gone from $3,000 to over $13,000. Is it still worth investing at this point, or did you completely miss the boat? Did you know that if you would have put a mere $250,000 in Bitcoin back in early 2019, you would be a millionaire already? How come you didn't do that? How come you missed that opportunity? What were you doing with that $250,000 that you couldn't put it in Bitcoin? What's up, guys? Randall here. Today we are taking a look at, is Bitcoin still worth it? Is it still worth investing in Bitcoin today? Now we're getting into this because as we've seen here over the past 7 days, Bitcoin has gone up 14%. That's like more than you would earn in a bank account over your entire life. Bitcoin's done that in 1 week. Well, is it still worthwhile to invest in Bitcoin now, or have you completely missed the boat? Before we get into that, guys, like the video. It helps out the algorithm so much. Subscribe, click the notification bell so you can find out when I'm posting new videos. And let's get into things. Now, Bitcoin at $13,000. Is it too late? And I would have to say absolutely 100% not. Now, before we find out why, let's take a look at what's going on in the news. Well, Novogratz calls PayPal's Bitcoin news the shot heard around the world on Wall Street. Now, in case you guys don't know Mike Novogratz, he's the guy whose hedge fund bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin back in November 2017 that started the bull run of 2017-2018. He's the guy who started it. He's saying that PayPal saying they're going to start having Bitcoin available in early 2021 is the shot heard around the news on Wall Street. But that's not only it. Traditional investor Paul Tudor Jones says Bitcoin right now is like investing early in Apple or Google. Okay, how many of you would have liked to invest in Apple or Google, say 20 years ago? Okay, well, guess what? Even though Bitcoin is 10 years old, it's still like investing in Apple or Google 20 years ago. But my friends, that's not all. You see, right now, big companies are buying Bitcoin. Grayscale, by January, will own 1 out of 30 Bitcoin. That's right. That's crazy, but that's right. Not only that, but Sun Microsystems will own 1 of every 1,000 Bitcoin. And you know what? There's a fixed supply of Bitcoin. There's only 21 million minus the 5 million that are already lost. So there's like 16 million Bitcoin out there, and Grayscale owns 1 out of 30, and Sun Microsystems owns 1 out of 1,000, and everybody else owns them. And guess what? They're running out. 18 million have already been mined. There's only 3 million left, and it's going to get less and less every year. But that's not all. You see, if we take a look at this Bitcoin rainbow chart, we can see even at $13,000, the price is still way down here in the blue, the buy zone. Okay, it wouldn't be up until it's in about the $70 to $80 to $110,000 that is in the sell zone. But that's not the only chart, the only logarithmic regression that confirms that. If we take a look at the Bitcoin stock to flow model, which looks at the incoming Bitcoin to the amount already mined, if we take a look at this lines up for a next $100,000 Bitcoin. The price is going up, and traditional investors see this. Robert Kiyosaki, he thinks a $75,000 Bitcoin in the next few months. But that's not all, because if we take a look at the Bitcoin charts, since the peak in 2017 and since the bottom before that in 2016, we were in this wedge up until May of 2020 when Bitcoin broke out. Now we are on a new trajectory. And if we take a look at these lines are lines of support and resistance, which are very, very good for indicating where Bitcoin is going to find future support and resistance. Look at all this support underneath. Look at how little resistance there is to get to a new all-time high. 3 lines of resistance before we get to a new all-time high. And if we take a look at here, the volume profile behind my head, look at it. All of the volume profile is underneath where we are. That's all support. But that's not all, guys, because PayPal, according to Forbes, just gave 346 million people a new way to buy Bitcoin. Look at the on-ramps. Look at all the people that can come in. If we look at simple economics, supply and demand, the supply of Bitcoin is fixed. It's the hardest money there's ever been. There's 21 million, period. Harder than gold, because if everybody in the world were to start mining gold, we would start producing more gold. If everybody in the world were to start mining Bitcoin, the algorithm will get exponentially more difficult, and there would still only be 21 million Bitcoin. And more people are learning about it, and more big businesses are learning about it, and everybody's buying it, and it's running out. So, if you've made it this far, and you don't know where to buy Bitcoin, well, these are my recommendations. And there's not even any sponsored links or anything in there. This is just what I use, okay? You can use Coinbase. Probably the most people out there use Coinbase. I've been using this since 2017 when I bought my first Bitcoin, all right? And I set up dollar cost averaging to where on a regular basis, it buys Bitcoin automatically. But you can just as well buy it on crypto.com. I've used them as well. They've had 0% fees for buying crypto with credit cards. Not only that, but you can use Crypto Earn to earn up to 8% on your crypto while you're holding it there in their wallets. Or what I've done for probably the past year to 2 years, I've used Celsius to earn more with your crypto, where you can earn up to 22% annually on your crypto. As a matter of fact, right now I'm earning 16.16% on Matic held in a Celsius wallet because I live in the US. If I lived outside there, I could have been earning 21.49%, but you can also get 6.2% on your Bitcoin, 9.28% on your ETH, and 15.26% on Tether. Compare that with what you get at your bank, 0.01%. That's not 1 order of magnitude, 2 order of magnitude. That's 3 order of magnitudes greater interest on holding a stable coin. Look at that compound interest. It's a miracle. So that's that. But how should you buy it? Well, dollar cost averaging or plopping a bunch of money in. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but there's this really good article here on Medium, dollar cost averaging. Does it really work? Bitcoin case study. You can check out. Daniel takes a look at it. He's done a bunch of computer modeling, and it turns out that these red areas are when it's better to just plop a whole bunch of money in. The green areas are when it's better to dollar cost average. So it would seem that about 73% of the time, you're better off just plopping your money in. The other 27% is when we're at a peak, when you would do better off dollar cost averaging. And lastly, when should you sell? Well, if you want to find out that answer, you could check out this video up here. I've done a whole video about it, the Bitcoin bull run of 2020, 2021, when I'm looking to sell, and exactly how, when, who, where, and everything else. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As you can see, I'm super bullish about Bitcoin. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And honestly, I don't eat carbs, so I think it's better than sliced bread. But thanks for watching that video. Remember, like, subscribe, click the notification bells. I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one. Peace.